Hello, everyone. You are with your girl, Nicole Doss. That's right, the CEO and founder of the Prestige Society, a membership organization for women entrepreneurs who believe in building powerful networks while slaying in their industries. You are listening to Pink Radio with Prestige, and today we are going to talk about, are you ready? I'm telling you, I've had a really great week. I am beyond exhausted right about now. I desperately long for a cot, a pillow, and a blanket, but I am nonetheless revved up with all of the awesome things that I have been able to accomplish and experience this week. One of the things that I experienced Monday was actually Lucinda Cross's Activate conference, and it was in Washington, D.C. this year. And one of the segments actually included Tiffany Aliche, also known as the Budgetnista, as well as D.C. Marshall, who was the CEO and founder of Girlfriends Spre. And they were talking really about when you, as an entrepreneur, begin to shift from unpaid speaking engagements to paid and then on to sponsor. And one of the things that I really, really enjoyed about this couch talk that was taking place was that Tiffany talked about how people, when you are, on the right path, when you are working in your purpose, when you are aligned to your purpose, how individuals come for you. And when they come for you, it's not in the sense that I think we so readily go to where we think haters are coming for us. No. People who come for you because they believe in your brand, they believe in your purpose, and they are coming to grab you, to take you with them, give you access to their resources, allow you to connect with those that they have relationships with. And one of the things that really came to mind is, are you ready? Now, probably about a few months ago, more than a few months ago, I think it was probably around March or April. I remember attending an event, maybe it was March, with hosted by DC Marshall, and the name of her event was called Win, Rock, Rule. And Michelle Thornton, who's the senior VP of Centric TV, was the keynote speaker. And one of the things she said is that the one thing that's worse than sitting around and thinking that you haven't made it yet is not being ready. So not making it yet is not the bad thing, but it's not being ready for when the opportunity comes. That's what's bad. And so it got me to think about that when Tiffany, the Budgetnista, began to talk about how people come for you. So that begs the question, are you ready? When that opportunity is brought to you, when someone says, Nicole, I want to introduce you to, or, I'm thinking of myself, but if whoever it is out there that's listening to Pink Radio today, if someone approached you today with an opportunity of a lifetime, are you ready? Now, spiritually, I believe that God places people and resources and all types of wonderful things, opportunities, situations, experiences at your feet in an abundance. I truly believe that. And I also believe that if something happened and if you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, if you are truly diligent in honing your craft, diligent in cultivating relationships, diligent in staying true and authentic to your purpose, and if an opportunity comes and you are not prepared, I truly believe it's because it wasn't your timing. But that's not what I'm talking about today when I ask, are you ready? I'm talking to the individuals who refuse to listen to God placing people, situations, opportunities, and resources at your feet. I'm talking to the people who are creating their own barriers and their own challenges and don't even realize it in their lives. I'm talking to the people who know the steps they should take, but for some reason do not take it, whether it's out of fear, whether it's because you believe you don't have the right, maybe money or resources to do it, whatever the case may be. That's who I'm speaking to today. What I want you to realize is that when you are not ready, it is no one's fault but your own, especially if you have not done your due diligence to get yourself, your brand, your business where you need to be. So I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. First thing I want you to do is I want you to take care of your craft. Whatever it is that you say that you're doing, whatever it is that you're telling people you are an expert in, hone it. If you are someone who, let's just talk about all different types of entrepreneurs. So if you're in network marketing and you are selling a certain product, know that product, use that product, become an expert in that product. If you're someone who provides a particular service, understand the industry, understand the needs, the wants, the trends when it comes to the market that you are going to be going after, when it comes to that particular industry or that product or that service that you have. Whatever the case may be and whatever your business may be, hone your craft. Truly become a trusted resource, truly become a subject matter expert in that field. So the first thing is going to be about self, by you focusing on self and honing your craft and what it is that you can do and provide to your customers. The second thing I'm going to ask that you do is to take care of your brand. Probably about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, I had a meetup for one of our chapters. We have multiple chapters throughout the United States, and I went to attend one of our kickoff chapters. And one of the things that I thought was really interesting is when I went to go introduce myself to someone that came. I've never met this person before, and I wanted to be friendly, and because it was a very relaxed and laid-back atmosphere, it was just a happy hour, and I wanted to go and I wanted to introduce myself to this person. And so, and I realized I was talking a lot, and I said, "Oh no, I want to know all about you guys." And then I started asking about them, and I said, "I'm sorry, I'm asking about you, but I didn't even tell you who I was." And the girl said, "No need, I already Googled you." That's how I knew I needed to come. That took me back. And I'm someone that really takes a lot of care of what my presence looks like on social media. But I really didn't understand. Like I was shocked, and I was grateful. I was thankful that what she saw, she was pleased with in a way that she was able to come to the event. But that really allowed me to see firsthand that people are watching you. People are researching you. I mean, I don't know who really truly believes that just because you post something on social media, people just take it for word without doing their own research. No, you're selling a book, you're selling a product, you're selling a service. People are going to type in that name. They want to see what comes up. They want to see if they have complaints against you, if anyone's written a blog about you. They want to know what comes up when your name comes up or when they type in your name. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of your brand because people are Googling you. Google me, you know what, is no longer just some, saying that people just say to be funny. It's actually what people do when they get involved with your brand. So think about what your social media presence looks like. Think about what your website presence looks like. Think of all of those things and how it portrays who you are. And if it is not polished, if it is not professional, do what it takes and do what's necessary in order for you to be able to have the right presence online. And the third thing I'm going to tell you to do, because the first thing was what? Take care of honing your craft. The focus on self, on you. How do we create you to become this subject matter expert? So whether it's conferences, trainings, whatever type of formal education you may need, whether it's certifications, well, I don't care what it is. Take care of your craft, hone your craft, take care of your skill. Then we move on to your brand. Take care of your brand. So making sure that your presence online, making sure that your presence in different, I don't care if it's on social media platforms or within your website, just make sure your online presence, make sure your branding when you go out and you're vending, make sure they're all aligned and it all matches whatever message you are trying to convey to your targeted market. And then thirdly, it's about these relationships. there's a famous quote, and Lord knows I know how to Medea up a quote. And you know what that is, right? You ever see any of Medea's movies, Tyler Perry's movies, where Medea tries to recite a scripture and she says everything but the right thing? That is how I am with quotes. But I'm going to give you the gist of it. Basically, it says, nothing can get done without people. You need people. And so you need to think about what your relationships are like with people. Look at the ratio of successful relationships versus failed relationships. Go back to the self piece of it. Do some self-awareness exercises and figure out, who are you? When you deal with people, are you awkward? Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Are you someone that people are attracted to, or do you find that people avoid you like the plague? If you find that you are a natural, charismatic person, you need to invest time in cultivating more relationships, getting out of your immediate realm of influence and expanding your network so that people are getting to know who you are in relation to your brand. There are a million of people out there who have like businesses to you, but there's only one you. Let people get to know you, the uniqueness of you, the fabulousness of you, okay? Now, if you are someone who is a little bit on the other side of the spectrum where you find that it's hard for you to get to know people, you find that sometimes you struggle with the right things to say, I'm going to ask that you get a coach. You might want to get a coach when it comes to being in public settings. You might need a relationship coach because maybe you don't know how to cultivate relationships and you find it hard to cultivate relationships due to things that might have happened to you in the past. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to need a coach. Why? Because you can't figure it out on your own. Because if you did, then you wouldn't be in this predicament where you're sitting here wondering why people avoid you like the plague. If you are someone that people take advantage of, get a coach or get a therapist. Get someone who is outside of you who can help you, because all you want to focus on is how successfully you can cultivate relationships. They are key. They are important, and you have to understand that there needs to be a sense of likability. Now, I don't mean you need to be a doormat, because I am absolutely against that. But there needs to be a sense of likability in order for people to like your brand. If people do not like you, then or do not trust you, they do not trust your brand, which means they're not buying from you and they will not be loyal to you. So these are the things that you need to work on in order for you to be successful. So running through that again, you want to focus on your skill, your craft, hone it, get great, become a subject matter expert. Secondly, you want to focus on your brand. What is your branding telling the world about your business? And if it's telling them that it's homemade, free, subpar, that's the branding, not the quality of the business, but your branding. If you got a homemade logo, if you don't have a real website, if these things are all things that do not look professional, you are telling the world something about your brand. What's the message? All right. And then once you're able to cultivate that brand offline and online, focus on those relationships. Taking the time to focus on these 3 things will put you in a better position when someone taps you on the shoulder and says, are you ready? Are you ready to meet this person? I have an opportunity for you. I want to bring you with me. Okay? All right, ladies, with that, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you have a blessed, wonderful, and productive day. This is Nicole Dahl signing off. Bye.